Hello, everybody. I am MrGamingGuitarist, and EA just finished their EA Play press conference, which is technically their E3 conference, but it still counts as an E3 conference, even though they said they're not. It's offsite at E3, whatever. It's still an E3 conference for me, in my eyes and ears. Okay, I have to be honest. That was not nowhere near as terrible as I am to expect from an EA conference, but it wasn't great either. So let's run. There isn't. The thing is, for the amount of time they were on stage, the amount of things that I was actually interested in, they barely showed anything from, and I was quite disappointed with that. So the first thing they did was show Titanfall 2, and I'm not a person that will get excited over Titanfall, but now that they show that single player campaign, they showed like these new mechanics and these new weapons and items where you threw something in the air and it froze people up in the air and you can just shoot them, and they have like this new grappling hook where you launch out of your Titan, you launch it at someone, grab them, and just whack them in the fucking face. That looked okay. But the one thing that really interested me, though, was the single-player campaign. Now, I don't know if it's going to be as long as a Call of Duty-style campaign, or if they'll actually make it much longer, which I hope it will be. Like Call of Duty campaigns are typically like 6 hours, or maybe even less than that. I hope that this Titanfall 2 campaign, I hope it's at least 10 hours, but we got to see the Titans actually talking, like they were sentient. They had a mind of their own. And so I like that they are assigned their own pilots and like they have to protect each other. That whole dynamic really got me a hell of a lot more interested than I was originally. So now that the Titans have a personality to them, that gets me way more intrigued than I ever imagined I would be. So I will definitely play Titanfall 2 for that single player campaign. Next, they showed off your typical sports bullshit. I don't care about Madden, FIFA, whatever. But then they showed Mass Effect Andromeda, and that looked really exciting for the less than 5 minutes they showed off from it, which I was really disappointed in that. I thought we were really seriously going to get a gameplay demo for it, but looks like we're just going to have to wait for Gamescom or Paris Games Week, if EA ever does I think it'll be Gamescom when we finally see gameplay, because they said it's 2017 for Mass Effect Andromeda, but we didn't get an actual release date. But if they're going to follow tradition, it's typically going to release in like the first quarter, because I remember Mass Effect 1 was released in like November 2007, then Mass Effect 2 was January 2010, and then Mass Effect 3 was March 2012, so I think this could be like a good quarter Q1 2017 game. I will definitely look forward to that. But next up, FIFA, whatever. And then they showed off this new indie game I don't know if this is from the same guy that developed Unravel, but they're both they were really nervous here, and they talked about Fee, which you play as, I don't know what this animal is, like some bird, kitty, dog, fox, whatever it is. And the thing I enjoyed about this is that it's an actual 3D platformer. And we typically don't see 3D platformers anymore, but now with the new Ratchet & Clank reboot based off the movie, based off the game, and now we're getting Yooka-Laylee, now we have Fee, which is this very interesting art style. I don't even know how to describe it, but I definitely like what I'm seeing from that. And next, the part I thought I would lose my shit over, and then I didn't, was when they just spent about a good less than 10 minutes talking about Star Wars, where they showed a montage of all the different EA studios talking about all their new Star Wars games. I thought that we would see something new. I thought we would get like a new teaser trailer at the very least for like the Respawn game or the Visceral game, but we didn't. We barely, we did was the concept art and very early footage, which reminded me of the 2014 footage back then, when all they did was show Criterion talking about, oh, here's our new car sport extreme sports game, and they talked about, oh, look, here's the brand new BioWare IP that we still haven't heard anything from even in here. It reminded, and here's some concept art and early engine footage of of Mirror's Edge Catalyst. It reminded me of that, what they did with Star Wars here, and that really disappointed me, because the things that I really was interested in, they didn't spend as nearly as much time. Like, I wanted to see some good, meaty, chunky, lengthy gameplay demos. We didn't get that here. All they did was talk about their sports and their esports competition. That's what the majority of the time was, and the little time is like, oh, okay, show me something I actually care about. They didn't. So for me personally, because of course video games are extremely subjective, and everyone thinks very differently about them. So for me, okay, if my opinion doesn't agree with your opinion in the comments, please don't crucify me. But if I was to rate EA's conference for E3 this year, it's a 6.5 out of 10. Whereas in the past, I would have given them 5s and 4s. But that's how I feel. Let me know. What did you think of EA's conference? But of course, the thing that got me the most interested was Battlefield 1. I really liked what I saw from it, because it's a World War I game, and I hope that kids my age actually care about a World War I game, because I'm glad that we're seeing games take place in the past and not the future, because I like this. It's funny, because what's old is new again, and that really applies with Battlefield 1. It's the most interested I've been in a Battlefield game in a while, and I hope they keep it up. So anyways, I'll see you guys for whenever I review Bethesda's conference, which I'm a hell of a lot more excited for, and I hope we see a lot of good stuff coming from them. So I will see you guys, and happy E3. E3 is finally here. Let's keep this train going. Bye.